Hmm. Hey, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, um, Ba'ashem Bakwat Kodash. That's in the name of the Holy Spirit. Uh, Doing this quick video here in 2018. You got a lot of people scoffing. Don't look. Y'all said we want to go make. Well, you know, we prophesied we don't have the exact date or the time when this place is going to go down, but we know it's coming soon based on the fulfillment of the prophecies. Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to just review some things, man. Those particular prophecies I'm talking about, and I found this article: 100% of all St. Louis murder suspects for 2017 are black. It's crazy. You got you got the victims, 117 black men suspects, 90 all black for all these murders. And so Jake, I know particularly for this place, you know, Jake always wonders why, which there is a reason, but there's no reason that every one of the murder suspects should be a black man, should be one of us. See, it's about 42% white, 50% black, and that could be incorrect. You know, we don't know the truth on it, but it's just interesting because they got this, white supremacy Pepe the Frog here. St. Louis is 42% white, 50% black, 8% Asian and Latino. As of September 12th, there are 144 murders. I think right now it's about 200 and some change. 55 closed cases, 89 open cases. It's crazy. Of the 8 white victims, which again, we don't know the truth on because this look like a white supremacy website, but we don't know the truth. But I'm willing to say probably, man, because Jake, what did it say? Judah and the Lion. Jake, man, Jake is out of control. Jake is out of control. Jake, these people are gone. It's the same shit. Lack of opportunities and all the same old normal excuses. But at a certain point in your life, you have to, speaking as a man, you have to learn. You have to learn your personal business, and you have to apply yourself. And if you are in a bad situation, you just have to suffer through that situation and get out. Yahweh Shai knows your situation. He knows what's going on with you, with your funds, and you pray with the Lord to give you the wisdom to get out of that situation. But just of those cases, I just wanted to highlight this particular one, which is ultra fucked up. Is this the one? Yep, you had 3 women trying to escape attackers was shot dead in a car early Friday. As a triple murder pushed the count to 203, the most the city has seen since 1995, where there were 204 victims. Society is changing. Said the lieutenant, the value of life is not there anymore. They don't care, and that's what you're starting to see. Jake is starting to reach a point of just total madness, and you can see it when you're driving. People pull up by you, they just smell like drugs, or they just in a complete different zone. Like this morning, I woke up. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. These niggas listen to fucking hardcore hip hop. I can't even, me personally, I can't listen to hip hop past, before, 11 o'clock in the day. My mind has to wake up and that's not me. If I listen to music in the morning, it has to be, soft. It has to be jazz or rock or something like that. But these niggas are just in a total, dazed in a total trance, and the Lord is going to have to sort them out, because you can't take the current state of our people, not just Judah, but Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Issachar, Ephraim, Manasseh, all these different tribes. You can Gad, Reuben, you can't take them into the kingdom with their current mentality and their current mind state. What did it say? Most of the victims were in their 20s, though 8 or 16 or younger, and 4 were 60 or old. So a couple was some older folk, but most of these people were in their 20s. Nearly all, 165, were black males, the victims. And the other victims, 25 black females, 10 white males, 2 white females, 1 Hispanic male, all dead in shootings. And then it goes through, I'm not going to go through the whole article, but then it goes through just the different shit, and this shit is sickening. This shit is sickening. It went down for a minute, but this shit is just, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation. And this is what this is why we need a savior, because physically we can't, on the carnal level, we can't even deal with that. You just have to pray to the Most High. What is it, 6 degrees? You have to pray to the Most High for protection, pray to the Most High for peace, pray to the Most High for mercy. Look at this, quadruple murder arrest. Look at this nigga. Yeah, just like it says it talks about dreadlocks, and I mean, it doesn't tell you nothing like this, but you gotta watch niggas with dreadlocks. This man was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of robbery. Said he killed these 4 people, which one included a 10-year-old adopted son. He was staying at their house and shot the victims, took their clothes and electronics, and stole their car. I think another article I read about this case, well, it don't matter. It's just fucked up. Why? It's fucked up. But getting into the scriptures, because you can't, it's all ultimately it's the will of the Lord. Because a lot of these people, in their other life, they did wickedly. They were brought back, and now the Lord is putting that judgment on them. It is fucked up, but we know there's a purpose behind it. This is Matthew 16:1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting him that he would show them a sign from heaven, he answered and said, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Which that's an old that's a sailor's trick. They know, and if it's evening and the sky is red, it's gonna be fair weather throughout the next day. That's he was being facetious. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the faces of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the times? And that's what you have to look at, the sign of the time. Why is all of this stuff going on how it's going on with Trump, with our people, with the different earthquakes and destruction throughout the world, right? Hurricane Maria and the different hurricane in the Gulf and the fires out in California. And right now you got people probably freezing to death, killing each other for a fucking can of Campbell's. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. Now, Jonas, this Jonah, Jonah, we know, was taken into the belly of hell, the belly of the fish. Hell means destruction. So he was talking about them. with that particular sign. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. Because the niggas, he seen they was trying to test him. These were wicked Pharisees and wicked Sadducees, and they came trying to test the Lord. And so he kept it short and sweet, and he told them like it was. Look, I knew the spirit in which you came. And the Lord grants his discernment to his men. So when you're dealing with wicked men, hey, it's a lot of times you say, man, I seen that nigga coming from a mile away. And that's in righteousness. And that goes for all of the men of the Lord. There's nothing you do as a man you call yourself a man of the Lord. Everything you do is seen by Yahweh Shai. And you're going to be judged for it. And the niggas who I'm saying that to, you know what I'm talking about. But going on, because you got this time, right? It's supposed to be the so-called Christmas season, right? You got all this homicide and shit happening. You got the so-called Christmas, which is based on Saturnalia. And just to quickly get into that, there's a public holiday, right? Celebrated around December 25th. A time for feasting, because what December 25th is, that's the winter solstice. That's what's being celebrated. And they took the birthday of the Lord, and then this during the Constantine era, they took the birth of the Lord and they said he was born December 25th, even though it tells you in Luke, it talks about the different shepherds and stuff that had the sheep out in the field. Why were the sheep out in the field if it was wintertime? Because it wasn't wintertime. That was during the Passover. The Lord was born on the Passover. He died on the Passover. It was done like that on purpose. And the Passover is what? The second week of the first month. And when do we celebrate Passover? During April. I mean, what we know is April really is the second week of the first month. During the springtime, that's when the year starts, according to the Hebrew calendar. This is that Roman calendar. Yep, Saturnalia, the pagan Roman winter solstice festival, and then of course we know this is the Roman Empire reincarnated. And then the reason was these people have these are the Edomites. They spiritually, everybody's soul on this earth has been put in different flesh, sends you back to the spirit world, then you go into another flesh again, you're reincarnated. And that's what these people are doing. Everything they did in the past, they're doing now. There's nothing new under the sun. They're going to keep redoing it and redoing it. They describe Saturnalia as the best of times. Dress codes were relaxed. Small gifts such as dolls, candles, and caged birds were exchanged. The inversion of social roles, the wealthy were expected to pay the month's rent for those who couldn't afford it. Masters and slaves to swap clothes. Family households threw dice to determine who will become the Saturnalian monarch. What the fuck? During my week, the serious is barred. No business allowed. Drinking and being drunk. Noise and games of dice. Appointing of kings and feasting of slaves. Singing naked. Clapping and occasional ducking of cork faces in icy waters. And so this is the Edomite party season, and that's what you see. That's what happens. Everything goes on sale. All the stuff it's going on sale in the the different Black Friday closeout sales or whatever. And the price they could have sold it to you for all year. Now, you got to buy it. You got to spend your money. The different holiday seasons, fall on the days of the week. So, now you're not unless you've been at your job for a certain period, you're not getting paid because you're not at work. And you're trying to bust your pockets buying fucking gifts for people. Our spirit is not supposed to be into this. If you dealing with your family and you go and you have you eat some food with them or something, you have to be You have to be austere. Look, my spirit is not under what you're doing, but maybe I'll come and have a plate or something, and we'll talk, or watch a football game or something. But your spirit is not supposed to be into this kind of shit. The Roman state canceled executions and refrained from declaring war during the festival. Yep. Caligula, one of the most wicked men ever to exist, probably sought to restrict it to 5 days with little success. He tried to restrict it. And so it's a good information. It's gonna go into use to honor the god Saturn, and what they did was they took, once again we always say, they took Babylonian, Assyrian, and Egyptian customs and they merged it. That's why you have that fir tree in your house and the star on the top. Whenever the different stars in these different occultic religions, they mean different. Different symbolism. And then the balls the balls you put on the tree, the gold and silver. It's a phallic symbol. The tree with the balls, that's a phallus. It's supposed to be a phallus in your house, and it's just wicked. It's wicked, and these people's mentality is wicked. You get back to work, everybody's tired, everybody's, man, I gotta catch up, and just a quick look, you have to have the visuals, Saturnalia. These Edomites, the fuck? Look at that. This motherfucker is eating a fucking child. So yeah, these Edomites was acting a fucking fool. And when Jake got up, because Jake was up in that too. Our people were definitely up in that too. Jake was right along with him, acting a fucking fool. It's all white images, but you know how our people are. They love to party. They was acting a fucking fool. And you had the same thing now. People acting a fucking fool. These niggas, it's 2018, these niggas already done shot up, rifles all night. It's just Jake, man. He's just out of line, and we need to say, I'm not even gonna go down it, but quadruple murder, a triple murder. The page don't want to work, so lock it. A kitten stomped to death. 2 Laclede workers in Atlanta. A senior living staff is slain. Man killed by a stray bullet. And so. And also, that's another thing too. January will have 2 what they call super moons, a blue moon and a total lunar eclipse. It's about to be another eclipse. We just had a total solar eclipse. Now we got a total lunar eclipse. The sign. Now the Lord talked about the signs for wicked men. They wanted the vain signs, but we look for righteous signs. We look for different. These are the signs we're looking for. The Lord said, "I will give you signs in the heavens." But we seek the signs that, look, the Lord is coming back and he's coming to deliver us because, like I said, we were put here as punishment. Just like you go to prison or something, that's a punishment unto you. You getting put in time out as a so-called Israelite man. You can't get your woman to act right. Our women have been acting a fucking fool all 2017. And that's what the Lord did. He put us in this punishment, and he took our women away from him because the nation of Israel with the Lord's women, and he, put all these curses on us of health, of mental, of our brother being hateful against us, and some people misinterpret, when you're dealing with brotherhood, what hate and love is. If you love somebody, you tell them about themselves, and you don't try to do slick shit, because you got a lot of these guys who they try to say that hate is when you're getting on somebody, you putting an austere message, just telling them something, but that's not. Hey, a lot of these dudes, man, they need fathers. That's real talk. They don't need no fucking hugs. They need a kick in the ass, and then you put your arm around and say, not a literal kick in the ass, but you got to get on them, and then you be fair, you be firm about it. Look. And that's how you raise young men. That's another thing you don't see. A lot of our young men are raised by women, or they're raised by feminized men. And so they come out soft, and they don't know anything about life. They don't know about business. They don't know how to use their hands. Look at that. You got UFOs all in the sky. And you got Esau talking about it's a SpaceX program or something. But when Esau does this kind of, let's say it was a SpaceX program, he's supposed to tell you before he does it, in order for it not to ensue in a panic. Not just a random thing to pop up and then them try to cover it up. Everybody clearly saw that. But going on Luke 2:6, and so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that. Oh no, it's going into we got into that. Luke 2. I mean, you can read that on the verse of the Lord. Yep. Venezuela. We were keeping an eye on Venezuela, which they're going through a famine. They're going through hunger, which is what's soon coming to America. And I believe the stat was they went from producing 50,000 barrels of oil to 20,000 a day, and now they've got cryptocurrency, crypto. And they're doing that in the Middle East too. They're converting that oil into their own currency, their own cryptocurrency. That's the new way to get around the IMF, having a cryptocurrency. 2 Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's what's happening, man. The just men were crying out and were complaining to the Lord continually of the different stuff that's going on in this earth, and these different wicked. We're crying out because this devil is ruling over us, and everything that comes with this devil is also wicked. The different executive orders that are issued onto our people, the different conditions, the way they portray us in the media, and they portray our women. They got our women looking like whores and bed, amarosas, bed wenches and whores, and there's all kind of wickedness associated with this fucking devil and rulership. And therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Which that's talking about here in America. This is the new Egypt. That's why it's a pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. That's correct. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes in their action. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. That's correct. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. And that's what's going to happen. And that's why the Lord has different things going on, and you know, He's going to have it set up that way. You know, like you see in the Purge, you see in the Roll. He's going to have it, you know, set up. It tells you here, for a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's correct. People are going to be going into their neighbor, killing their neighbor, fucking their neighbor up. And, you know, as the men of the Lord, you might be alone. You might be by yourself, and that's when your faith is going to really kick in. That's when everything you've been talking about, making videos about, you're going to have to actually apply it to real life. And, you know, if guys aren't right, you know, who claim that they're brothers, those guys are going to fall. Those guys are going to be destroyed, because the Most High is not going to allow them to, you know, these men are not going to be allowed to stand before the Lord. You can't stand before the Lord and be a liar. But that's it on that. Hey, I just wanted to bring in 2018. You know, it's not, they say it's the new year. Once again, we know it's not really the new year, but in regards to Esau's schedule and what we know is 2018 is 2018. And so with that, hey, Shalom, Lord willing, Adawan Aratazah. I'll be back next time. Shalom.